Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good day everyone. Thank you for being here today. My name is Hairunnisa binti Maamor and my presentation today entitled The Knowledge Gap on How Psychological Capital and Resilience Foster the Development of Young Social Entrepreneurs. This study focuses on understanding how internal psychological resources contribute to supporting young people in developing and sustaining social entrepreneurship initiative. Specifically, we explore the role of psychological capital, as known as PsyCaps, together with resilience and identify the current knowledge gap within existing entrepreneurship literature. Social entrepreneurship has become increasingly important as societies continue to face complex social and economic challenges. Young social entrepreneurs are seen as important agents of change because they create ventures that generate both social impact and economic value. However, unlike traditional entrepreneurs, they often operate under dual responsibility. On one hand, they must achieve financial sustainability, and on the other hand, they are expected to create meaningful social outcome. At the same time, they also face several barriers, including limited capital, organizational or institutional constraint, lack of entrepreneurial experience, and emotional pressure. These challenges suggest that success in social entrepreneurship may depend not only on technical business capabilities but also on psychological resources. Okay, when reviewing existing study, we found that most entrepreneurship research focuses heavily on commercial entrepreneurship outcomes such as business growth, performance, and profitability. There is still limited understanding of how psychological capital and resilience support the development of young social entrepreneurs specifically. Therefore, the problem addressed in this study is the limited understanding of psychological mechanisms that help young entrepreneurs sustain and develop their ventures. Based on this gap, the objective of this study is to explore how psychological capital and resilience foster young social entrepreneurs. To address this objective, this study adopted a comprehensive literature review approach. We critically analyzed and synthesized previous literature related to positive organizational psychology and youth social entrepreneurship. The discussions focused particularly on psychological capital, which consists of hope, self-efficacy, optimism, and resilience. Through this approach, we aim to identify theoretical patterns, reveal existing knowledge gap, and propose directions for future research. Our first findings highlight the important role of psychological capital as a strategic resource for entrepreneurial development. PsyCaps consists of four components. First is hope. Hope helps young entrepreneurs maintain motivations and continue pursuing their social missions even during uncertainty. Self-efficacy, the second one, increase confidence in presenting ideas, making decisions, and initiating entrepreneurial actions. Optimism, on the other hand, allows individuals to maintain positive expectations despite setbacks and challenges. Finally, resilience helps them recover from difficulties and remain committed to long-term goals. Collectively, these psychological resources appear to compensate for limited experience and strengthen entrepreneurial persistence and venture development. The second major finding focuses specifically on resilience. The literature suggests that young entrepreneurs demonstrate resilience through their ability to recover quickly from setbacks and adapt to changing environments. Resilience supports continuous learning, experimentations, as well as business pivoting. In social entrepreneurship, resilience becomes even more critical because young entrepreneurs must balance social objective with financial sustainability. Importantly, resilience should not be viewed as inherited personality trait. Instead, it is dynamic capabilities that can be developed over time through experience as well as through learning. For the key contributions, this study contributes in three important ways. First, it identifies a significant knowledge gap within youth social entrepreneurship literature. Second, it extends psychological capital theory into a social entrepreneurship context, which remains relatively unexplored. Third, the findings provide practical implications for educators, incubators, and policymakers in designing programs that support psychological development alongside business skills. In addition, this study offers foundations for future empirical research. As a conclusion, this study demonstrates that psychological capital and resilience are not passive personality characteristics, but it is a dynamic strategic resources. Together, they enhance entrepreneurial persistence, innovations, and long-term venture sustainability among young social entrepreneurs. Therefore, entrepreneurship development program should move beyond technical business training and place greater emphasis on socio-emotional competencies. Future studies are encouraged to empirically validate and expand the proposed framework. Thank you for your attention. That's all for me. I welcome any questions and discussions. Thank you.